welcome to Demo Day. Yeah! Yes. Man, it's been a ride. It's been long 24 weeks. But today we celebrate your learning. We celebrate entrepreneurship. We celebrate code and technology. So it's a very, very nice day for me. This is one of the key moments in my job. Actually, it's a little bit of a selfish moment because it's really, really rewarding. So today, for those who are on the wire and might wondering what this is, if you came into an event randomly, an Eventbrite, and you don't know what's going on, this is a demo day organized by Wagon, and you're going to see the amazing work of Batch 519 in Singapore. And Wagon is a coding bootcamp. We're in the business of giving people the tech skills that they need for making their next career move or making the next organizational move in your company. And our alumni today are joining a community of over 10,000 people that are all over the world. And they've done some amazing work that they're about to show you. But enough about us, because this is all about our students today. And we have people from all different walks of life, which is something that makes every batch that we run amazing, I think. Lots of people who are interested in learning how to do things with technology, learning how to code, learning how they can bring that into their career, how to bring that into their current job. And everybody here has a slightly different background. But everybody's united by this will to learning to code. I wouldn't call them students, though. I will call them rock stars, because these people have been working for 24 weeks, nonstop, Saturday after Saturday, coming after work, coming here to code, to listen to me, teach them dry stuff around code. So a very big thank you to all of you for sustaining that, and a very big congratulations. And on the right-hand side of the slide, you've seen this SASE thing. It's like, what is this SASE? I was reflecting today. I was like, what made this batch special? And for me, it's one of the most entrepreneurial batches that I've had. Like, I've never come at 11:30, and at 11:30, way after everything is done, there's people here discussing business ideas. And we were doing pitch night, and everybody was like super engaged and attacking every idea for attraction point of view, from a customer acquisition point of view, from market leverage point of view. And it was like, my goodness, man, like these people are like really into it. So I decided to call you the SASE batch, because software as a service, right? Software as a service batch. And you all came up with software as a service ideas. Can I get the slides on? Yeah. And I think that this basically proves that the future or the present of the workforce is digital technology. I mean, you have lots of people who are not technologists per se, trying to understand more technology either because they want to build something, or they want to become more useful at their jobs, or they want to transition. So just a fact. And just more facts about how everything has been reshaped in Singapore over the last 2-3 years. It's probably gotten even worse because I did this research before COVID. So yeah, the gap is there. So thank you guys for coming here to fill the gap. It's a good moment to be in tech. And just talking a little bit more about the value proposition of Wagon. It's a program that helps you either find the job as a developer, because it gives you all the tools and all the knowledge to become a developer and be able to build apps and design them and deploy them. You can either work in a tech-related world. A big bunch of our alumni end up being product managers or tech something. Or if you want to go at it and build your own startup and be able to talk face-to-face and eye-to-eye to your CTO, then it's the right place for you. For those who want to know what these people have gone through and to contextualize what is it about the demos that you're going to be seeing. So the students that you're going to be seeing today, they've spent around 160 hours and another set of 160 hours just learning about code, learning about how to build software, learning about software architecture, learning about web development in general, and their projects are scoped to something around 90 hours. So just to give you a little bit of a rough timeline of how much effort has gone into the projects that you're going to see, something around 10 days of work. Right? For teams, around 3 to 4 people. So I think that it's actually pretty impressive when you see it, and if anybody has a little bit of experience working in innovation and trying to make things digital in a big company, you know that it takes forever to deliver anything. So I think that you guys should be super, super proud of what you've accomplished. And today we have 3 projects. I think these 3 projects have, each of them, they represent a very good principle of SaaS. And there's different ways that you can be successful in SaaS. One of them is you can find an industry that is really old, ancillary, and it's doing all with paper, and you go out there and it's like, okay, what are all the processes that are in paper that are painful, that take a lot of time, that are disjointed, that is just difficult to manage. And I'm going to come here, I'm going to bring technology, I'm going to streamline it, and I'm going to make it on really, really comfortable and easy to use. And I think that's something that is very well represented by our first product of the day, which is Enricher. I don't know if anybody here listening is a teacher. I'm a teacher, and even though I work in a tech company, I'm amazed about the scope of things that I need to take care of in terms of administration, handovers, oversight, assessments, student progress, talking to students, talking to anybody who's related to the students. In our case, might be employers, might be people in tech. But when you bring this over to the basic level of education, it's, you got to talk to parents, you got to talk to other head of schools, you got to talk to the students themselves. There's just so much going on. And Enricher comes here to solve that problem for teachers, building a really nice SaaS platform. So without further ado, I would like to give it over to Shu-Yi, Margarita, and Zikai to come over to stage and introduce their project.
So our project is called Enricher. Enricher is supposed to be a software as a service platform that we built especially for teachers and educators to help them service their administrative needs more efficiently. The idea came about due to my discussions with friends who are teachers, and we discovered that there is a gaping need in terms of helping the schools catch up with the advancements of technology. And so our solution was designed specifically to help them cater to their need and make teachers' lives better.
Actually, it was pretty easy. Suddenly I decided to change my career and try myself in programming, and then I started to Google what schools are available here in Singapore, and I found Wagon with the best review ratings, so I decided to try myself. Then after that I just went to the website, checked what other people thinking about this place and how big is the community here, and this is great. This is really amazing. So yeah, and I'm really happy with my choice though.
Personally speaking, it's been a very intense and long process because it's been 6 months since the start of Halloween to today. I can say for my team there's been many long hours. We have stayed till 11 p.m. and past that to get the project out. So it's been a long, drawn out and intense process, but we've come to the end of it and it's been a rewarding process.
My biggest advice, I think, would be just to go for it. It doesn't matter how much coding experience you have. It will be a rewarding process and experience, no less, and you'll be amazed at how much you will learn in these few weeks.
Hello everyone. Teaching is a noble profession. There's a Chinese saying, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but what it translates into is a day as a teacher, a lifetime as a father. What this actually means is that in the Chinese culture, we revere teachers as much as we revere our parents. However, this has changed in the 21st century very drastically. A recent study that was done showed a worrying increase in trends of teachers getting abused, both in terms of receiving threats of violence as well as getting physical violence. The study also showed that 80% of teachers experience parent-led bullying. Very worrying indeed. This, of course, has not been helped with the pervasiveness of WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, which has increased over-communication. As you can see, these are real-life examples of snapshots that parents are getting harassed by teachers. But at the same time, also, they're getting calls at all hours of the day from parents, weird times of the day, weird times of the night. It's not, obviously, not very nice thing to get as a teacher. So moving on, it obviously also has adverse impact on the well-being of teachers. A teacher was actually cited on Channel News Asia article who left the job that she loved because of this over-communication and difficulty of managing parents both on online and offline platforms. Our surveys that we did also show 81% of teachers feel that right now they're over-communicating with parents. And also, a lot of teachers, 64% of them on their way out during exit interviews, cited the problems of stemming from over-communication as one of their main reasons for exiting the industry. which is why we set out to solve this problem. Enricher is an educational SaaS platform built for schools. What we're trying to do here is to solve the problem of over-communication, and this features itself in 3 different ways: office hours, appointments, and tickets. And this is powered by our dream team of 4, Zhikai, Shu-Yi, myself, and Margot. Let's see how this works.
Hi, I'm Shu, and I'm a teacher. Now, it's been a long day, and I've got drinks with friends in about 5 minutes, but I know that I have a couple of things to do first. Let's see how quick and simple it is to do with Enricher. So I'm in my dashboard, and here I can see an overview of my announcements, my tickets, and appointments, the main 3 features of Enricher. Now I see that I have a ticket from Huajie that has not yet been started, so I'm going to go ahead into my tickets page. Now here I can see all the tickets that have been asked by parents. Tickets are basically questions that have been asked by parents, which I can answer. Now here I see Huajie has asked, are the school buses still in operation? I'm just going to reply, yes, they are still in operation. And that should answer the question. Now I have the option to edit the ticket properties, to change it to in progress if I need some time to think about the question, but I think this question has been answered, so I'm going to set it as completed. I also could mark it as a private ticket, but I think that this is a question that many other parents might be wondering, so I'm just going to leave it as public, and I'll update the ticket. Now the next thing I want to do is check my schedule for next week. So I'm just going to go into my calendar here, my office hours, and here I can see all my office hours that I have with parents, what's available, and what has been taken up by parents. Basically, office hours are just time that I have set aside to communicate with parents one-on-one. Now I see that I have a few appointments. I could create a new office hour slot, but my schedule is pretty packed at the moment, so I'll leave it as that. The last thing I want to do is post some announcements. I'm going to go into my announcements page, and I see that these are all the announcements that I have made in several classes so far. Now there's a school play coming up, so I want to remind my classes that the school play is going to be on Macbeth. So I'll just make an announcement, and I will select my classes that I want to post the announcement to. So let's do 1A English and 2A Science, and I'll post the announcement. And as you can see, 2 announcements will be posted to my 2 classes. And that was quick, so simple and so easy thanks to Enricher. And look at that, I still have time to go meet my friends.
Hi everyone, my name is Huajie and I'm a parent. I'm in between my meetings right now. I have about 5 minutes, but I'm interested to see what's going on with my kid in school. So I log into Enricher, and the first thing that I see, oh, there's one red button there, I want to click it, see what's going on. And over here I see that Teacher Shu has made an announcement to say that there's an upcoming school play, and the play is on Macbeth. I'm interested to figure out what this play is about, how I can get my kid enrolled, and most importantly, how we can audition. So I want to raise a ticket and ask Teacher Shu how it's going to be done. I'm going to pick a category and the classroom and create a ticket. At the same time, remember sometime last week, I asked a question about school uniforms and how much it's going to cost. So I want to see what the status of that is. $20, wow, that's really expensive. I don't really like that, see whether I can get a discount. And we'll see where that takes me. At the same time, well, this play is very interesting. It's a platform for me to let my kid boost his self-confidence. But at the same time, I want to see what other parents are thinking about this. So I want to go and check out the chat room and ask the other parents what they're thinking about this. I see there are 17 parents in the chat. Oh wow, there's also this upcoming school play announcement up there. I want to see who else is in here and have a chat with them. The last person who asked the question was Anne, when is the play? I don't know either, I want to ask. Doesn't seem like many people have answers, so I think it'll be better if I just get some immediate answers from Teacher Shu. So I want to make an office appointment to head down and ask her more. So I go down here, I want to find teacher Shu. And I see on Saturday she's free, so I'm going to make an appointment to head down and meet her. So that's going to be in my diary. Really quick, really fast, and now I'm going to run into my next meeting.
Hi, I'm Margot, and I am administrator. As an administrator, I can control all the features mentioned above by teacher and parent. I want to show you the feature we created to be able the feature we created. Let's imagine that there is a new semester coming, and I need to enroll my teacher and and I need to enroll parents and students to the new coming year. Instead of spending so much time on manual enrollment, I can use CSV file and use all the data inside to map all the information. Now I want to send the invitation to our parents for today's email. So let's enroll our new parents to the app. Please, can you just open your emails right now and check the invitation for Enricher? Thank you. So now you can see how easy is that.
Well, all you've seen, all the exciting features are just the beginning. We have many more exciting features in the pipeline, and two main ones that we've lined up on digitalizing report cards and also to allow payments to third-party vendors. Enricher is designed to be an ecosystem for all your school administrative needs. So log in now to make all your school administrative needs smarter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team Enricher.
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of the team, we all want to give yourself, Prima, and Anne a big thank you for all your hard work, all your selflessness, all your sacrifice over the weekend. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Team Enricher. You're officially graduated. So welcome. Margot, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Shu, congratulations. Margot, congratulations. And Zikai, congratulations. Thank you very, very much, guys. Go there. Can I just, there it goes up. There we go. Right, so as I said, SASE batch building SASE products. And another way to build great SaaS products is eliminating all the friction for something that you need to do very, very often, but it includes lots of actors, and there's a lot of friction on talking to one another, and that person forgets, and that person makes a mistake to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. And you just say, well, I'm just going to bring technology into this. I'm just going to have it all in a computer that it's never going to make a mistake, and it's going to be perfect, and I'm going to build something that really scales. And that's something that probably has applied to the stock market 20 years ago and to so many other domains. So we have the next product coming up, which is Droplet, which they come to solve a really relevant problem in Singapore, which is how do we bring resources to people who really need it in the migrant worker community. Might be really, really struggling sometimes. And that process is painful because there's so many people who need help, and there's so many channels by which you can ask for help, and there's so many people who want to be involved, but the more people you bring into the problem, the more friction it is, right? So Droplet comes to look at that problem with fresh eyes and say, like, how can we streamline this? How can we make it really, really easy to make that help flow in the shape of money to the people who really need it very fast? So I'm thrilled to bring over Jason, Juanming, Jiajian, and Jielin to talk about Droplet, which is not even a prototype. It's a real project that it's already been commissioned and it's already being built. So big round of applause for you guys.
Droplet is a platform that helps to facilitate community-led fundraising initiatives. We came up with this idea because we really wanted to be able to play a small part in the community, especially during COVID times. We were really inspired by the multitude of community-led initiatives that we've seen in Singapore. And we were lucky enough to find an organization called Migrant Mutual Aid. And what they basically do is they seek to redistribute resources from Singaporeans to migrant workers over here, and they serve them with a variety of different needs. So we were lucky enough to partner with them, and right now we are actually developing this application for them as part of our final project. And we are really excited to launch this for them.
After searching through Google on the bootcamp available in Singapore, the Wagon was one of the top few bootcamps that was recommended by the alumni, also because the well-structured curriculum they have in the bootcamp, then also because of the instructors, the friendly instructors that are able to help us through all the challenges in this bootcamp.
The experience in the Wagon has been an amazing learning journey for me. It can be actually very overwhelming, but I actually find myself keep coming back to the bootcamp to learn more. It provides a great environment, excellent teachers and supports, very challenging practice, and an opportunity to actually work with a team on a real-life project. This actually helps to develop confidence in me that I can actually build a whole web application from the front end to the back end. And the teacher here is really very supportive and they care about the student very much. We even have yoga sessions that can keep our mental healthness fit. And I think most importantly, besides learning about technical skills and concept, I really learned the difference about building an application alone compared to building same application with a team, which actually helps to get the students to be job ready. So this is really a very enriching and fun learning journey for me.
So I would say get ready to be supercharged with a new skill that allows you to do many things after this bootcamp. But at the same time, I would say that come ready with a mindset of having 100% fun, but also being 100% committed to the bootcamp because of all these new things that you will learn. On the fun part, there's great food, there's great pizza, but there's also coding and camaraderie with the team. And at the same time, the intensity comes from having so much new knowledge being poured into your brain that will give you this great skill to help you market yourself to future employers.
How we came to this idea in the first place was that knowing we had a final project here in Wagon, we really wanted to take the opportunity to do something that would turn into something real, but at the same time also, amidst COVID times, we really wanted to see if we can play a little part to do something for the community. We were really actually inspired by the various different initiatives that have come up in Singapore, and we sort of really wanted to get involved. So what we did is we basically reached out to a bunch of different folks who were doing cool stuff here, raising money, putting together resources, and we managed to very luckily find an organization called Migrant Mutual Aid, and they are basically a community that's helping to redistribute resources from Singaporeans to migrant workers here. And what they do is they basically, they don't consider themselves a charity, but it's a really cool idea where they are really just trying to make the world a more equitable place, right? By giving those with more, giving a bit to the less, to those with less. Right? And basically, there are a variety of different needs that they serve for the migrant community. It ranges anything from medical bills that are not covered by insurance, to agent fees that have not been paid up yet, to even just your very basic food needs. And they've done this for a while now since COVID, and we really saw an opportunity to come in and understand from their point of view how things could be done better. They have a few pain points and inefficiencies that we were thankfully able to help them to plug, which my teammates will tell you a bit more about.
From a high-level perspective, there are actually multiple steps to getting workers, cases, and distributing some of these resources. So we see for Migrant Mutual Aid, the first thing that happens is that when there's a worker, they actually need to verify this worker. Upon verifying that this worker actually exists, they actually need to assign a coordinator from within MMA, Migrant Mutual Aid, to this worker. And after onboarding this worker, they actually need to update multiple documents, for example, an internal spreadsheet and also the external-facing website. And once this worker or this case is put on their website, the public is ready to contribute to this worker. And from there are also multiple steps. So from a high level, we can actually see there are multiple steps that are prone to errors in their process. So what we have actually done is to automate this process. I'll focus on three main areas. The first one being the collection and verification of cases. On the left is a Google form for workers to submit their cases. For example, a worker needs to pay hospital bills for a broken leg. That case is populated in Excel. There are multiple, say maybe 10 or 20, and Migrant Mutual Aid will go into the Excel and look for one case and choose to verify that case. That involves calling them, getting their IDs, their documents, their hospital receipts, and things like that. So this is quite a manual process done by them. The second area I'll focus on is the tracking of contributions and payments. When the case is put on a website, the public starts to contribute. There may be 100 or 200 people contributing to this individual case, and Migrant Mutual Aid themselves also need to update both the internal spreadsheet and the external-facing website for every of these people who has contributed. And that involves, as you can imagine, a lot of tracking of who has contributed, and there's possibly a risk of money getting lost in general. And the third thing I'll focus on is the broadcasting and updating of cases on social media. Migrant Mutual Aid needs to get the word out to get the public to contribute to these workers. And they currently do it on a very manual method, which is to craft a message and then post it on multiple social media platforms. What we have actually done is to automate this whole process. And we think that Migrant Mutual Aid actually should focus on talking to their contributors, talking to their workers, and that is where their specialty is. So what Droplet has done is actually to automate and streamline these multiple processes.
All right, so this is where the droplets come in. So when the team first log into droplets, they will be greeted by this page, which shows an overview of the case that they are handling. So we can see here we have information on the coordinators that is assigned to the case. Coordinators here refers to the volunteers of the team who is in charge of engaging with the public and the workers of the assigned case. So they help with coordinating with the payments and answering queries from the public. The start and end date here immediately can tell the teams how many more days they have left in order to raise the target fund. So we have case that is really time sensitive. So for example, workers really need this amount before they can really seek their medical treatments, surgeries, and we have bills that have due dates. Once contributions is received, it's immediately tracked and reflected on our color-coded progress bar instead of them having to actually manually update the progress bar. So this really aims to immediately bring the attention of the team to the case that is off track. So for example, if I have to raise $100 in 100 days, by day 50, I should at least have $50. If I only raise $10, it's way off track. So it actually tells the team to maybe need to put more effort on this case or find another way to raise more fund. And instead of having to comb through their different Excel sheet, which is clustered with different information of the case, this page really aims to bring them all the essential information of the case quickly to them so that they can prioritize their tasks effectively. And so a typical workflow for them will start with creating of new case. And upon receiving requests from the workers for support needs. And the team has mentioned that they receive a lot of cases at one go, and it's impossible for them to work everything at one go. So they have to shortlist them based on their criteria to see which one is more urgent and have to be prioritized. This shortlisted case will then have to go through their verification process, which start by calling the workers to understand their issues and collection of this list of documents. And currently, how they do it is they track their verification process in their Excel sheet. So for example, if they have caught the worker, they will mark a yes, if not a no, on the corresponding cell. So a person who have to check at which stage they are at have to scan through the Excel sheet, find a cell that is marked with no. So Droplet streamline this process, give them this checklist, whereby enable the team to actually upload all the documents as demonstrated in one page. So upon the thing is saved, this checklist immediately feedback very clearly to the team that highlighted row is already completed. They have already finished this step, and the team has to follow up with those that is not highlighted. So in the event, this case is actually hand over to another person in the middle of this process. The person can actually just look at this checklist and very quickly follow up with those that is not complete, the unhighlighted row, to complete the verification. All right, so now the case is already verified. It's time to get some public attention. So Droplet has this very handy feature whereby the team can select the case that's ready to be listed, and ta-da, all the case details is already pre-filled for them. All they have to do is just customize their message, and it will actually directly post on their Telegram channel. So from the message here,
the public will be able to be redirected to the case gallery. So on the case gallery, they can browse by filter. So I want to look at medical, and then I'm actually interested to know more about help WH with his medical bill. I learn more, see what this page shows all the information of the case. I want to share it on my various social media platforms to help to increase the public awareness. And now I want to make a contributions. After making a contributions, I'm actually able to leave a word of encouragement. I also have the options to opt in to follow on this case, to receive the progress and the updates. So actually I'm aware of how my money has actually helped the worker. This kind of communication also increases the credibility and the authenticity of the organization. So now, if the team wants to send updates on their different cases, they might not want to spam their Telegram channel, because by doing so, it might actually overload their channels with different informations, such that the more important message, like the newly listed case or the urgent case, are all pushed to the top. So with Droplets, they are now able to just send updates of a specific case just to those contributors that choose to receive it. And on top of that, Droplets actually send weekly email alerts to coordinators, alerting them to those off-track cases. This really aims to inform the coordinators what cases they actually have to spend more attention on. So all these different features is really here to help achieve the goal of reaching the target amount by the end date. And so with Droplets, we really hope that it can take away the painful and tedious operational work for the self-help organization, provide them with monitoring tools that can manage their cases so that they can spend more of their time and energy with interacting with the public or formulating with strategies to actually drive contributions and public awareness.
Okay, so basically what you've seen here is the first iteration with what we've come up with. And we are far from done. There are a couple more things in the works that we want to put in to really have a meaningful impact. Things like supporting more forms of payments, making payments a lot faster so we can drive contributions up. We're also looking at different forms of communications in order for people to share the cases out there and really get the funds going for the migrant workers. I think to wrap this up, we are just really humbled by the efforts that we've seen this organization put in. They are actually also doing this part-time, right? They all have full-time jobs. And I think we were just really happy to be able to work with them and be a small part of this social change that they're trying to drive. And we'll be continuing to work with them till we properly operationalize this thing. And to end off, I think on behalf of the team, I just want to again say really thanks to the instructors, right, Prima, Miguel, and the classmates as well, who've made this experience such a wonderful time, a great learning experience, very challenging, very funny, right, and really wouldn't have traded it for anything else. So thank you so much, everyone. Yep.
Kudos to this team for already building something that it's out there. So that's absolutely fantastic. Congrats to all of you.
Thank you.
Congrats, guys. So, in our group of sassy people, have one last principle, which is one way of making money is you can offer value yourself, or you can make other people make money. And that's something that probably it's been quintessential by people like Google, right? They built an amazing search platform and then attracted a lot of advertisers so they can make money. But in the world of SaaS, you have people like LinkedIn who are over there and they're aggregating all the employers in the world. And then there's companies who build scrapers so other people who work in businesses can use them and then they can scrape leads or whatever, right? So there's lots of things that can be built on top of other infrastructure. And that's what the SG Telegram network is all about. In the world of marketing, there's big places that attract all the people in the world, like Facebook and Instagram. And there's also like really, really niche places, like very small groups. But those small groups are like these small niches that have lots of riches that can be very, very interesting for marketeers. And those can be in WhatsApp, but can be also in platforms like Telegram. And I think it's a really, really interesting idea that solves a problem really well for two people, the people who own groups that they want to monetize them somehow, and marketeers who want to tap on better qualified audiences. So without further ado, I'm going to go over to Mason.
So our project came about when we saw that Currently, a lot of Telegram groups want to do marketing, but nobody actually can put marketing dollars on them. So our platform is actually a marketplace that curates all these Telegram groups that want to do marketing, and we connect them to marketers and dynamically place ads within this Telegram group while retrieving analytics for these campaigns. So we're kind of like Google Ad Network of our Telegram groups, and we feel that it's a big opportunity.
I was doing research across various coding bootcamps after trying out a few free courses online, and it regularly got the best reviews. I also knew of a few people actually who took Wagon in Bali and in Singapore, and they both only had positive things to say about it, so it was a pretty obvious decision.
It was very intensive and yet fun. Personally, I made a lot of good friends, and also I think the instructors were very helpful, and they managed to put across many coding techniques and frameworks to us very clearly. So I highly recommend this course for anyone who's thinking of going into programming or coding to sign up with Wagon.
So my name is Mason, this is Liana and Cedric, so we're a team Edgy Telegram Network. So this passion project really came about based a little bit of experience and some of the things that we see in the market. So a bit of background on me also. So I've been in digital businesses for like 6-7 years. My first role was actually in digital marketing, and then after which I did consulting for digital marketing companies for quite a while. So something interesting that we see in the paid marketing kind of paid marketing arena for quite some time is that, you know, most of marketing spends nowadays are in Google and Facebook, like 70-80% of spend, right? And the cost of like advertising on Google and Facebook has been going up every single year. So just to give you guys a proxy, in 2015, the average cost of a click on Facebook is 20 cents. Guess how much is it now? Open. 80 cents? Any higher? Any lower? $10? Too high. It's actually roughly 170 now, so around like maybe 10 times in 5 years. I mean, the whole idea of it is like they say they got back targeting, but it's just that, you know, they monopolize the whole ecosystem, right? So a lot of digital marketers, they are looking for avenue to diversify beyond Google, Facebook. That is why, you know, TikTok is coming up, exploring social media chats, they're using ad networks, a lot of things that people are exploring, right? So on the other side of things, as a digital marketer myself also, as I'm looking for targeting audiences, I was always still thinking about, you know, how can I target the younger people? The average age of Facebook user now is around their 30s, right? Like 80% of Facebook users are now above 25. The younger people don't use Facebook. I'm not sure if you guys know, because you're probably the same age as me, so you use Facebook. But the question that brands are always asking is that we know that the spending powers are going to come up for the next generation of new youngsters that come out, but how do you reach out to them? So Telegram was a very interesting discovery for us, because for me personally as a user, I don't use Telegram. Everybody in my age group above 30 use WhatsApp. I was actually extremely shocked to find out in university nowadays, maybe most, actually 80-90% of youngsters actually choose Telegram as their first port of call for communications, and WhatsApp is just something they use to talk to professors and their parents, because it's not like just innately better than WhatsApp. And the reason behind it is because Telegram is a lot richer in terms of like able to send videos, photos of full quality, and there's a lot of user groups that allow a lot of communication sharing that makes it very helpful. So then it becomes a very interesting question, right? You know on one end that digital marketers want to diversify, they want to reach out to younger audiences. Younger audiences are on Telegram, there's a lot of big groups you can advertise on. So what's the disconnect? Why are people not advertising on Telegram? So the answer is that now it's very, very broken. In Telegram right now, there is no easy way to firstly find group owners, and there's no way to actually put an ad inside. So the workaround is actually in articles now. So people post articles about what's the best Telegram groups to spot, and advertisers go and do barter trading with the group owner saying, hey, I'm going to pay you $100, please place an ad for me. Then they say, okay, fine. So what we tried doing that as a company in my previous experience, and it took us like 2 weeks just to place an ad. And it doesn't make sense for me to place an ad for $200 and take me 2 weeks of my time. But the other side of the story is that it's actually extremely efficient. We actually did a campaign with Facebook, Google, and a Telegram post. The Telegram post cost 1/10 of what it cost me to acquire a user on Google, Facebook. So that's why we came up with this idea. We really wanted to set up a network where we can connect marketers and also group owners together, such that group owners, no matter how small they are, able to monetize the audience they have, all the efforts they take in to build that community. At the same time, marketers finally have the visibility to see these groups and be able to place the ad dynamically, automatically, and without that 2 weeks that I experienced. So that's the vision and ambition, and I'll let my team members show you how we achieve this.
Thank you, Mason. So I'm a marketer, and Telegram is entirely new to me. So I find my way to this website. I go to I am a marketer to see what they have for me. And I'm directed to, first and foremost, our shelf of inspiration. So if you're completely new to Telegram, this would be a completely new experience for you. You would assume that it's something more similar to WhatsApp, where the discoverability of groups is not that transparent. So what we have done here is created a shelf of inspiration which automatically refreshes to provide a randomly selected collection of groups that we have curated from our database. So as you can see, it refreshes every couple of seconds. But if you are fairly experienced in Telegram and you already have some idea of what you want to do exactly, you can scroll down. And here you can see our entire database of Telegram groups. I'm a small craft brewery and I'm trying to reach an entirely new audience and I have no idea where to start. So with our search function, you can just type in words which you may think have some sort of link with alcohol, drinking, lifestyle. And could you search clubbing, for example, and see what we get? So we have one group which looks like the exact thing that we are looking for. When you click View Group, you will be directed to a page with a more detailed list of what's inside the group, what kind of demographics are going to be targeted, the estimated price per post of each Telegram advertisement, and also the number of active users in the group. Not just that, if you scroll further down, you will also see the last time that group was updated. So you have some idea of how active the group is, and also the reach of each post that you will post that have already been posted in the group and that will be reaching the users in the future. So as a marketer, chances are you already have some copy and some pictures in mind. So you can just go into the Book Now button to input the advertisement you have in mind. So free beer, for example, to drum up interest in your new IPA. So if anyone has any idea for how you would attract interest in completely free alcohol, please.
Alcoholic expert, how do you...
What's your X?
Okay.
Currently, our... Okay. Definitely an attractive proposition. So we have the structure for our campaign requests would require marketers to input a start date. In the future, we also plan on implementing new features that will allow recurring ad placements, which is why it currently says start date and does not include end date as of now. You can also pick the exact time of placement. So in the event of, in the case of this campaign, if you're trying to attract drinkers, chances are you're not a day drinker and therefore would probably start somewhere around 7 p.m. or 9 p.m.
24/7.
Or then. Yeah. And then we can think of some attractive ad copy. Our current site does allow you to customize the text with some rich text format. And of course, being a campaign on social media, you would also include a hyperlink and a photograph to attract attention to your campaign. Desktop. Once the campaign is created, we have made it such that there is a mock-up of how it will look like in your Telegram app itself, so that as a marketer, you have a better sense of what the copy will actually look like when it's live. We also allow you to chat with the group owner of the Telegram group in the event that the group owner maybe has some changes that he prefers made to the ad, or if you have certain questions about the demographics or the link or the reach of your post, so you can just reach the group owner all in one page. And I do believe that is it for the marketer's journey. I'll now pass my time on to Cedric, who will take it from the Telegram group owners.
Hi, I'm Cedric. I'm the owner of a couple of Telegram channels and groups, and because I recently lost some money in the stock market, so I'd like to monetize it. Luckily, I recently signed up with SG Telegram Network and listed some of my channels and groups there, hoping that marketers will advertise in my channels and I can make some money. I've just received a notification on my email that someone sent me a campaign request, so let me log in and take a look. Oh, Hua Jie Men's Beer. Yeah, that was the request sent by Liana earlier on. Let's take a look. So in this page, I can choose to approve or reject, and I can see all the details of the campaign. Everything looks good. The copy does not violate any of my channel rules. So I've decided to approve it. I click the approve button. It's been approved. And this campaign will be pushed to my campaigns. So under my campaigns, yep, Hua Jie Men's Beer is queuing up to be pushed under my campaigns. Then with this, maybe I'd like to look at my inbox and see if anyone has left me a message. Well, one of the marketer from Bubble Tea launch campaign has urgently called for me to push his campaign out today. So I'll just do it and go to the Bubble Tea launch campaign, which is currently in the queue. So everything is in order. It's supposed to be on the 5th of May, but since he wants to push it now, I can do it. If you look at the campaign operations tab, we actually allow marketers to either choose to have it automated via our bot, which we had placed in the channel or group, or we can do it myself as a group owner to overwrite it and to post it manually. So since this is an urgent request, I'll proceed to push the ad live now. And for those who joined our Telegram channel earlier on, you can actually see that this particular ad has been pushed live inside the test channel that we created. Yeah. So in the interest of those who are not in the channel, this is what it looks like on Telegram web. And it also allows marketers to track the eyeballs, which are the views of the campaigns below. So every day you can track the progress, how many people have viewed your campaign, etc. Is that it? So with that, I've gone through the entire user experience on our website, and I'll pass it back to Mason, who will wrap up our presentation.
So yeah, so the functionalities of the website as such, right? We really want to automate like being able to find the groups and then helping the groups actually automatically post itself. So Cedric just showed you an example where it's an urgent request, we really want to post it out. If not, we set it by timer also. So when the time reach for the date and exact time of send, they will just send it out through the bot API. For those that are more geeky, this whole database is powered by Telegram API itself. So by right, 3 of us are not curating all these dates and active users by ourselves, which makes it very scalable, right? So if you look at the regions, Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, these are very big markets, emerging markets for Telegram. So which means that this can essentially scale beyond Southeast Asia into Southeast Asia. So if you guys have any feedback, any ideas, and want to join us, let us know. We're always on Slack. Thank you.
Guys. So very much, guys. Thank you very much, Team Telegram. Don't go away too fast. fast. Don't go way too fast. Cedric, congratulations. Diana, congratulations. Mason, congratulations. Kudos to the team for attacking a problem really, really well. That's good. Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, folks, that concludes our demo day. And to all of you, congratulations, of course, and welcome to your life as an alumni. So I hope that you continue to see this as as your house, and you can come here anytime you want. If you want to continue to learn, you want to continue to build, you're always, always welcome. And of course, I mean, if you want to continue to push your career forward, we have Career Week just in 10 days from now. So I'm really looking forward to meet you again in just a little bit. And yeah, let's just enjoy ourselves for the day. A big congratulations to you all. And a very big thank you to all of you. Thank you so much for bearing with us these 24 weeks. I also wanted to extend a big thank you to the team. Dirk, who you met at the very beginning. Liana, who's done all the background work for making this amazing day happen. So a very big thank you to her. And for being a super rockstar TA, super supportive, and just so nice to have her around. Prima for being our technical guru and god and superstar teacher. And I'm Miguel. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.